Mr. Clerk, write these agencies, Federal FCT High Court headquarters, and cover this. Let the public know that as far as the Senate is concerned, and to be specific, the Senate Public Accounts Committee is committed to discharging its responsibilities. And we have been held back by the various agencies that are supposed to appear. So these 4 agencies, or 5, Federal FCT High Court Headquarters, Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, Federal Ministry of Steel Development, Federal Ministry of Solid Mineral Development, and Federal Ministry of Finance are given up to next week, Tuesday, what's the date of next week today? 1st of July 2025 at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. for them to appear. If they don't, whatever is contained in the Auditor General's query on them will be or shall be adopted by this committee and be forwarded to be part of our report to the Senate. Thank you.
Number GCFO 11016, dated 25th June 2025, the Director Clerk, Senate Public Accounts Committee, National Assembly Complex, 3 Arms Zone, PNB 141 Garki Abuja. Dear Sir, re-forwarding of documents. We refer to a letter on the subject dated June 24th, 2025, copy attached. We thank the Senate Public Accounts Committee for the opportunity to engage and for NNPC Limited to provide clarifications on the issues highlighted in the letter under reference. Having carefully reviewed your request, we hereby request your kind consideration to reschedule the engagement for a period of 2 months from now to enable us to collate requested information and documentation. Furthermore, members of the board and the senior management team of NNPC Limited are currently out of the office for a retreat, which makes it difficult to attend the rescheduled session of Thursday, 26 June 2025. While appreciating the opportunity provided and the importance of this engagement, we reassure you our commitment to the success of this exercise. Please accept the assurances of our highest regards and esteem. Yours faithfully, signed, Adedapo A. Shegun, 4, Group Chief Executive Officer.
Respected audience, you've all heard the literature of that letter. First and foremost, this committee is not expecting documents from NNPC today, but rather answers to the 11 questions we issued them the last time they were here. 2, for a corporate body like NNPC to ask for 2 months as a period for them to be able to respond to queries that emanated from their own books. I think it is unacceptable. For that, this committee is giving NNPC 10 working days from today to appear before the committee with the relevant questions, answers to the questions earlier issued for this investigation to continue. 10 working days from today will be 10th of July. If at that day NNPC does not respond accordingly, then this committee will have no option than to invoke and assert all the powers available to the committee or to the Senate constitutionally. That, in a nutshell, will be termed, considered as contempt to the Senate. The Nigerian public is waiting to hear from us, because this has got to do with public funds. And that's what we are here to protect as your representatives. With due respect, unless if...
Not to second the motion.
Mr. Chairman, I've said it all. The NNPC asking for 2 months is not only funny, but goes to suggest that there are no answers to the query raised to them. That is my own conclusion to that. However, this committee, being a quasi-judicial committee, will respect the principle of fair hearing, thereby giving them more time to appear and address the issues raised. Having said that, I want to move that this committee do adjourn to 10th of July 2025 for continuation of hearing. I so move.
Constant disobedience to summons by this committee is already an embarrassment to this country.
Yeah.
Like the deputy chairman observed, and he's a lawyer. The deputy chairman is a lawyer. He has given direction as to the principle of fair hearing. But I know that also that in law, when somebody is asked to produce a document and he fails to produce that document, the court will believe that it is either he does not have the document, or that when he produces it, it will be against him. That's the principle of law. So these people, NNPC, that has been taking this committee for a ride, joined by these other people now mentioned, no mention of any excuse from majority of them. I will suggest that when this committee meets next week, we will, if they don't come, we will believe that they don't have the documents or that they have no defense. And we'll stop telling the press that they don't answer to our summons. Because we cannot continue this way. Look at all of us. Everybody abandoned what he's doing, seated with you. To see them, they will not be here. They will not give any reasonable excuse. And they expect us to adjourn it and wait for them again. The time to act against them is from next week. Nigerians will now know that this Senate is not a toothless bulldog. We are working based on the constitutional powers given to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is what I want to say. Thank you very much.
I think I am only going to speak to buttress what my distinguished senator colleague has just said. And I think it is important for Nigerians to know that we are ready to invoke the full powers bestowed on this committee to ensure compliance with the Auditor General's report, because that is the principle and the foundation of good governance, transparency and accountability. Agencies, I think it's about time we invoke and ensure that there is full compliance to the provisions of this committee, and especially in respect to the various audit queries raised against agencies of government. What I find most amusing is that MDAs tend to underestimate the benefit of appearing before this committee. It is an opportunity for you to defend your actions and to account for your actions. So I think, Mr. Chairman, next week should be the period that any agency that failed to appear before this committee should be ready to bear the consequence of its disobedience to the summons of this committee. Thank you very much. I quite agree with what my distinguished colleague Senator has just said, and I think that closes the matter.
as to the number of times I have invited these agencies, those that have earlier invited up to 3 times and they have failed not to appear, I think we should take it that they concede, to the report of the Auditor General's office. But those that were invited for the first or second time, I think we should give them more time to appear. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Committee and seconded by distinguished Senator Etim, sitting or hearing on the issues surrounding the audited financial statement of NNPC is hereby adjourned to or suspended to the 10th of July 2025 at 3 p.m. Supposed to appear today before this committee to answer to the queries from the Auditor General for the Federation's Report 2020, FCT High Court Headquarters, Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, Federal Ministry of Steel Development, Federal Ministry of Solid Mineral Development, Federal Ministry of Finance. And they are all not here. We'll hear from suggestions from the committee members. None of them.
Okay, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Chairman, I would like to...
Being moved and seconded, somehow without the authority of the chair, or permission of the chair, I have magnanimously accepted the motion and the secondment. To that regard, the sitting of today is adjourned to the 1st of July, Tuesday, the 1st of July, 2025 at 3 p.m. Thank you.